Hey folks, Chuck Holton here, coming to you with your 2-minute update on the war in Israel for November 21st, 2024. Well, the International Criminal Court has issued arrest warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Galant, as well as several Hamas officials, 2 of whom are already dead. Now make that make sense. They're accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity. That could complicate efforts to broker ceasefire with Hamas, although its practical impact is probably limited since neither Israel nor the United States even recognizes the ICC. Netanyahu strongly condemned the court, saying there was nothing more just than Israel's war in Gaza. President Isaac Herzog criticized the warrants as an attack on democracy and a betrayal of justice because it ignores Hamas's use of human shields, the Israelis being held in captivity, and Israel's significant efforts to save civilian lives during its operations. Now, the ICC claims Netanyahu and Galant deprived Gaza's civilians of basic resources like food, water, and medicine, but Israelis reject this. They say Israel is a democracy that's doing what it must to protect its citizens. Now, despite the warrants, it's unlikely anyone's going to face trial, but it does limit their travel options somewhat. The ICC lacks enforcement power and relies on member states to carry out arrests, and like I said, Israel and the U.S. are not members. And in breaking news, for the first time in months, Israel officials see a real opportunity to secure a hostage deal with Hamas. Facing intense pressure, but unwilling to surrender outright, Hamas seems to have shifted its stance a little bit, now showing interest in negotiations. The potential agreement could include a 42-day ceasefire in its initial stage, during which a number of hostages would be released without formally declaring an end to the conflict. Meanwhile, progress is also being made in a possible ceasefire in Lebanon. A U.S.-mediated plan envisions Hezbollah gradually retreating north of the Litani River while the Lebanese army assumes control over southern Lebanon. U.S. envoy Amos Hochstein engaged with both Israeli and Lebanese officials over the past few days and says there have been advancements in the discussions. If it materializes, the Lebanese army would be tasked with preventing Hezbollah's reestablishment in the south. Israel, however, maintains the right to act against Hezbollah if they attempt to rebuild. Now, under the agreement, displaced Lebanese civilians could return to their southern villages with no Israeli security zone, while the UN peacekeeping force would likely remain, although Israel doesn't see that as useful to ensuring Hezbollah's removal. But Israel will act directly if necessary, so we're looking at a potentially pivotal moment for Israel, balancing these negotiations while they continue to degrade their enemies. All right, that's all I've got for today from Las Vegas. We'll see you again next time.